wrestlers leave WWE, they may want to try out other opportunities. Some may find better success in another promotion, others may find Hollywood fame, or simply slip into a backstage role or become a WWE personality. One thing's for sure, no matter how successful you are in other ventures or wrestling in different promotions, you can't argue the WWE has the biggest stage and the biggest pocket to lure back these 10 former WWE wrestlers, possibly for one last run. Number 1. MVP. Montel Vontavious Porter had a decent run in the WWE between 2006 to 2010. Despite not winning a major title, his run had a number of bright spots, including his reigns as United States Champion and his feud with Matt Hardy. However, MVP would be best remembered for his losing streak. Whilst he's always been considered a very talented worker, he was set back in WWE due to behavioural problems. His know-it-all attitude got him so much backstage heat in 2008, he did so many jobs, it turned into a storyline that spanned 5 months. Unhappy with his current state in WWE, MVP would request his release in 2010, which WWE obliged. In a tweet, he revealed why he asked for his release. "No need for alarm. I did not get fired. I asked and received my release. I felt it was time to go international and freshen things up." After WWE, MVP found better success in New Japan Pro Wrestling and TNA. In 2016, MVP was one of the many other former WWE wrestlers who contacted WWE over a return for the WWE draft, but WWE ultimately turned it down. MVP did however return to WWE for a short appearance at Raw's 25th anniversary in January this year, seen playing poker with the APA and other wrestlers, and even though he didn't wrestle, he's been open to a proper return ever since. During the WWE return of his good friend Bobby Lashley, he tweeted, "So Lashley is back in WWE. I could be persuaded to return if WWE is interested in such a dynamic. If." Number 2. Rey Mysterio. Since Rey Mysterio's special appearance at both the Royal Rumble in January and the Greatest Royal Rumble in April, he has considered returning on a full-time basis. Last week, rumours had floated around that he had signed a 2-year deal with the WWE, but unfortunately, those reports turned out to be false. WWE and Mysterio are still coming to an agreement on a supposed 3-year deal. As of now, Mysterio will still be taking part in September's All-In event. If they come to an agreement, it's likely he will be pulled from the event. It's also worth noting that Dave Meltzer reported in the latest issue of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that WWE wants to break the announcement themselves if they ever finalize a deal. Number 3. Alberto Del Rio. In recent years, Alberto Del Rio has been very outspoken against his former employers, the WWE. Whilst he holds no grievances with Vince McMahon, the same couldn't be said with Triple H. Last year, a video that went live on Periscope showed a drunk Del Rio venting his frustrations about WWE and Triple H. The beef, however, between the two has reportedly stopped, as Del Rio mentioned in an interview with Medio Tempo that he's made amends with the cerebral assassin. "I apologize to Triple H for the issues we were in when I was with the relationship with my ex-partner. She and her entire family made me believe that those who affected our relationship were them, specifically him. Of course, I would go back to WWE. I would not go back full time, but I would make a special appearance before I put on my wrestling boots, and it will surely happen. Surely before I retire, I will do something special with them. I see a very difficult 2018, but in 2019, before leaving, I'm definitely going to do something with them. We shook hands and everything is fine right now. Time heals wounds." So could we expect Del Rio in 2019? Only time will tell. Number 4. Jack Swagger. The All-American American had huge success in WWE, becoming a Money in the Bank winner and cashing it in, which gave him the opportunity to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Much like MVP, Swagger wasn't happy with the direction WWE was taking with him and requested his release from the company, and after 2 weeks, WWE accepted it. Whilst he's now transitioned into mixed martial arts, joining Bellator in 2017, and is currently waiting his first match, he has mentioned in a recent interview he believes he will return to WWE. "Oh yeah, tons of things. It's hard for me to look back with any regret. It's a lot of lessons. Something I didn't accomplish. That's on me. I'm not bitter about it. I'm very thankful for my career there. and I believe I will be back. Number 5. Eric Bischoff. Hell undoubtedly froze over when former WCW President Eric Bischoff appeared on Raw in 2003, embracing Vince McMahon with a loving hug, becoming Raw's general manager. After a run in TNA, appearing as part of an alliance to take over, Eric took a back seat to the wrestling industry. Though he's made a few sporadic appearances in WWE, in a recent interview he gave with Sky Sports, Bischoff noted he was open to a return to WWE for an on-screen role. I would love to do it if it was a situation which would work for everybody. A character like mine, there is only so much you can do from a storyline perspective. You can be that heel authority figure, which I was for a few years in WWE and WCW, and it's interesting and it's fun, but after a while, you've kind of done everything you can do creatively. I'm pretty realistic about the value of my character has now. I'd like to manage someone, a young talent that maybe doesn't have the mic skills. I think that would be fun, because I can still get heat. Number 6. Ken Shamrock. During the Attitude Era, former UFC champion Ken Shamrock was known as the world's dangerous man, but he hasn't been seen in the WWE since 1999. Shamrock states he has reached out to the WWE on several occasions, letting them know he's interested in a return. Shamrock points out how past stars such as Kurt Angle, The Rock, and Brock Lesnar made successful returns to the promotion, even when they left on shaky or even bad terms. Shamrock has been quoted, "I've been saying this for years. I'm not understanding that with everybody that I've seen come back, Kurt Angle, The Rock, how isn't Ken Shamrock there? If anybody makes sense in coming back and doing something with those guys coming back, there is no other better person than myself." Whilst he's certainly open to a return, the same cannot be said by WWE. While there has been no definitive reason why WWE won't or doesn't want to bring back Ken Shamrock, we have made a video on the possible reasons, which include heat with Triple H and possibly being blackballed by the WWE. Check it out if you have some time. Number 7. Batista. It's no secret that Batista's previous run in the company wasn't well received, being pushed over the more popular choice Daniel Bryan. The Animal, however, wasn't fazed by the poor reception and noted back in 2017 he wants one final run in the company before he officially retires. The former WWE World Heavyweight Champion was supposed to be Ronda Rousey's tag partner at Wrestlemania 34, but the role was instead given to WWE's general manager Kurt Angle. Nevertheless, Batista told in an interview with Chad Dukes of 106.7 The Fan that he had reached out to Triple H but didn't get a reply. Batista clearly feels that WWE have ultimately snubbed him. I sent a text to Hunter. I was like, "Hey man, I don't know if you put any more thought into what's going on. I'm really excited about the possibilities," and I literally never heard back from them. They just stopped talking to me about it. But I just don't want to be the old guy in the ring, and I don't want to overstay my welcome. I just want to end my career the right way, and next year will be the last opportunity. So if we can't make something happen by next year, then I'm just gonna officially hang it up. Number 8. Hulk Hogan. Many WWE fans will no doubt be fully aware why Hulk Hogan was fired and blacklisted by WWE in 2015. 3 years after the incident had occurred, and Hogan apologizing on numerous occasions, it seems that both Hulk Hogan and WWE want to bury the hatchet. There have been reports of discussions between Triple H and the Hulkster for a possible return. We have had discussions with Terry Bollea, aka Hulk Hogan, about how he can help others learn from his mistakes. However, he is not under any contract with WWE. Hogan is still optimistic about returning to WWE. He even recently pitched an idea of being manager to NXT superstar Velveteen Dream, but it's safe to say Velveteen Dream declined the offer. Number 9. Booker T. WWE Hall of Famer Booker T wrestled his last WWE match in April 2012 as part of the Wrestlemania Revenge Tour, partnering with Drew McIntyre and defeating the team of Mark Henry and Christian. Soon after, he took on the role of SmackDown's GM, but soon after transitioned into the role of commentating, and was at times also part of the expert panel on kickoff shows before a pay-per-view. On July 30th, 2016, however, he announced that he retired from in-ring competition, only briefly coming out of it to replace Tommy Dreamer at a non-WWE event. He would soon after have a more regular appearance on WWE programming as commentator. Even though it was assumed he had retired from in-ring competition, during a recent edition of his Heated Conversations podcast, Booker T noted that he's not retired and could return to in-ring action, stating, I never said I was retired. People ask me if I miss it, and I tell them no. But when people ask if they're going to get one more match, I always tell them never say never, because you never know what you're gonna do. So perhaps maybe he was just talking about retiring the Spinneroonie. And number 10, The Rock. The Rock's last quote-unquote match and appearance in WWE was at Wrestlemania 32 when he squashed Eric Rowan in just 6 seconds. Since then, fans have been asking the Great One when he will return, after rumours surfaced before WrestleMania 34 that he was going to be Ronda Rousey's mystery partner until he had to bail out. In an interview at a premiere of his new movie Skyscraper, he commented, "I can't wait to get back into the WWE ring. Everybody always asks me, what's it like being in a WWE ring? I always tell them there's nothing like it. There's a certain live crowd acumen. There's great connective tissue that is second to none. That was and will always be the best part of my job. Whether I'm actually wrestling a match or just giving a promo, that connection with the audience, there's nothing like it." However, it will be unlikely we will ever see The Rock in full-time action unless it's just a one-off. Whose return would you be most excited for? Let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.